Hey, how is it going? So I have something interesting to do today because I didn't think I would have to do it. So long story short, the Mustang here it's been running good, but sometimes it just feels like it's down on power, and I have yet to understand why. And it just feels like it will gradually lose power, and sometimes it feels like it doesn't, and it just doesn't make sense. So I had a suspicion that maybe there was a boost leak. Well, I've checked all my connections and everything, and well, I couldn't quite figure it out. Today I had a little extra time, so I did a little bit closer investigation, and I think I may have found a culprit to it. So let's check it out. All right, so I have the throttle body pulled off the vehicle here. Other than needing maybe a little bit of a clean, really ain't nothing wrong with the throttle body. However, I also have this, a Steeda throttle body spacer. Let's take a look at this. It's got some coloration here from, some oil blew by and whatnot, but see how it's a little bit darker around the edges here? So here's the thing, anyone who doesn't know how this works, it's pretty simple. This side of the spacer is flat. This side is meant to seal up against the factory O-ring right there on the manifold, like so. And that's been doing fine. But how you notice that the black parts here is on the side that would face outwards towards the throttle body, where the throttle body connects? Well, this is where things get interesting. So, since the throttle body connects to this side here, this is the O-ring that is supposed to fit right down in there and seal the throttle body to the spacer. Well, yeah, if you look closely and you put it, it won't fit in the groove because the O-ring has stretched. Look at that. And it stretched pretty significantly right there, which looks like it was allowing both here and up there maybe a little bit of boost to leak out. And obviously less boost equals less power, and that's probably what I've been noticing over extended periods of acceleration. I think what was happening is that this gasket was allowing a little bit to escape, so that's not good. Now, it's not really a big deal because all I need to do is go and get a new gasket. It looks like a 3-inch O-ring, rubber O-ring, but it doesn't really seem to do much, or at least I don't think it does, even though it kind of adds a little bit of bling with the Steeda part there under the hood. Because it does add an extra place for boost leak to occur, I would almost be willing to remove it from the vehicle and not have it all together, except there's a problem. See, the spacer comes with these extended bolts, and obviously you need those to take up the extra width that the spacer creates, so you can bolt it onto the manifold. The factory bolts are still back in Maryland, over 800 miles away, and there's not much I can do about it. I'm not going to buy new bolts when I can go and get a new O-ring for $1 or so. Yeah, now it just makes me wonder how long this has been going on for. So anyone running a spacer, that's something to keep a lookout for, because obviously this can create some issues that you might not be able to figure out. Like I said, I checked all my connections multiple times. I didn't actually think it was a boost leak, even though I kept hearing a lot of air, rushing air sound come from this side of the car. And I know it's not the intake, because it would be under boost, and usually it's not the same sound. So I really thought there was a boost leak, and I really think I was correct. So now I have to put this back together for now, the best I can, just to get up to the store and get a new O-ring. First, before I put it all back together, I'm gonna clean it all up because it looks a little nasty. And by the way, does anyone realize how small these EcoBoost throttle bodies are? really, really tiny. Oh man, drank all my tea. Oh, it's not my day. But, have everything put together for now. Yeah, so, suck part is, I'm gonna have to do this again. You know, like right now I just need to run so I can go to the store. I just ordered a new gasket. So it sucks. Usually I would have the Focus I could use if, you know, something happens, but the Focus is not here today because she's at work. And yeah, so whatever. Anyway, I got the car back together. I'm gonna run up to CarQuest, who had it available, grab the new gasket, come back, and we'll do it again. Hopefully, the second time around, we'll actually fix the problem. And yeah, I won't have to do this again. Not to say it's hard, it's just a pain. I'd rather be doing other things. Cool. And just roll it up here to CarQuest. So I'm gonna run in here and get what I need. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. And yeah. Okay, back in the vehicle. Got a new O-ring from Molly. Oh, how special and fancy. So hopefully this will help. Hopefully. Also, I got this. So I'm gonna put like a tiny little bit of dab here and there just to hold the O-ring in place when you go to put it on, because I don't want it to slip and get pinched between the throttle body. It's kind of a pain to put it in, but that should do the trick, at least I hope, maybe. So let's get back to the garage and do it all over again. Oh, miss him. Tell you what, really not a fan of these like sand slash dirt slash not paved roads. Whatever, not much I can do about it. Does make a lot of mess. I feel like every time it rains I gotta be cleaning my wheels. Oh, looky here, home sweet home. What the hell is on the garage? That's some big ass bug. What the hell is that thing? Is that a caterpillar? Oh my god, that is a huge caterpillar. It's like 1,000 different types of caterpillars, and I have yet to see one that big. Hold on, let's get a better look at it. Oh my god, look at this thing. That is huge. Whoa. Like, look how big it is to my finger. Obviously, I'm not gonna touch it. That thing is massive. There's like caterpillars all over the place here, and they're not of the ones you want to touch variety, but huh. All right, so now that we're back, I'm just gonna pop the hood here, and I'm gonna let things cool down a little bit because I don't feel like burning my hands like I did the first time I did this. So I'm just gonna let things just kind of cool down a little bit. Now I'm gonna go get some lunch because I am hungry. I haven't eaten much all day. So while I'm eating and while that's cooling down, you will enjoy this non-interrupted video, and you'll be greeted by the next scene where I'm done and ready to get started working again.
Many hours later.
Well, I'm back from lunch and I got the throttle body and spacer, all that back off the car here. So I guess it's time to put things back together. So of course I want to do a quick comparison between the new gasket and the old one just to confirm that it is indeed stretched out. I can tell you, this one looks like it might be a shade, I don't know. I'm not sure what to think. It's definitely smaller because the new gasket here fits inside the old one. So yeah, the thickness looks like the same. I just want to be sure. Well, that's annoying. So this one is actually smaller than like not by a lot, but enough to where it's not wanting to stay in place. A little update on this situation. First and foremost, this stuff is really, really sticky. Like almost too sticky. And this gasket is too small. So I don't know why it said it was recommended, but it does not fit this throttle body. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a different throttle body, but not this one. So not sure why that said it matched, but wrong part. And honestly, if I had my rest of my tools, I would have just taken my micrometer and measured how big this was and just got the same size. Maybe a millimeter or two smaller, but I stretched it out a little bit and it fit better, but not great. So, and it just made a mess. Look at that. That stuff just pretty much not destroyed, but rendered that useless. So instead, I used that stuff and made a mess here with the other gasket, but what I was able to do was kind of push it around enough where it's not bulging out, it's kind of holding in place. I hate the fact that it looks like that. Hopefully that doesn't create any issues. I don't think it will, but otherwise, at least it will seal properly, and that's what I want. So we're just gonna run with this and see how well this works. So this should help keep it in place so it doesn't bulge out or anything when I'm putting the throttle body back on. So we're gonna try this, piece it together, and I guess go test it and see if we actually made a difference or made it worse. Cool, I finally got it back together, hopefully for the last time. So we'll see if it makes any difference. I don't know. It looks like it's maybe, I can actually see the gasket right there, so that's cool. I couldn't actually see it before. So hopefully it's actually making a full seal this time and we'll be all good to go. But there's only one way to find out. Hopefully it doesn't rain. That cloud doesn't look very nice. Oops. I just freaked the car out. I forgot to plug the throttle body back in. Yeah, I probably should do that. There we go. Now I'm gonna have to go get my scanner out, clear the codes, reading codes. Yeah, I go, clear codes. Okay, good. Ain't wigging the car out this time. I guess while I have this, might as well just pull up my gauges here so I can see what's really going on. Not actually trusting the boost gauge over there. I can see what's actually hitting on here. So I guess let's go and see what happens. See if we have more boost. Let's see how it feels. Like part throttle feels about the same. I mean, I don't notice anything different. It feels good. It's torquey. Like I said, it's all in that full throttle operation. I mean, the boost gauge definitely is pegging itself a lot higher than it was before. It would like barely go over 20, and now part throttle, it's going over 20, so that's good. What am I actually hitting boost wise though? Okay, saw a spike there at 21, but if it's all fine and dandy, I need to go full throttle and see how it is. Okay, that was kind of just rolling into it. Went up to 21, almost 22 PSI, which I don't know how correct that is because the JMS Boost Max is supposed to be adding 5, but I'm not sure how that works. But I would imagine it's supposed to be making a lot more steam than that. Let me go ahead and switch my drive modes because drag strip is like the hardest running mode here. Now let's try this again, see what kind of boost pressures we have. Okay, see that felt strong, but it boost went down to 15 PSI, so I'm not sure how all this works. I don't quite understand it, but it did feel good. I don't know if it felt any better. It felt good. So I don't know. I'm not really sure, what's going on. I need more room though. There's a little bit of traffic. I need a little bit more room to actually wind it out a little bit and see what it's doing, because right now it feels about the same, which is not really justifying all the time and money I just spent. Not that it was a lot, more time than money. Loose there with traction control on, so obviously it's making more power, because it wouldn't have done that if it wasn't. Do another pull here. Let's watch this boost gauge. Woo! Okay, it's definitely pulling harder now up in the upper RPM. See, that was the problem before, is it like initially would hit hard and then the power would taper off. So it seems like we're holding power now, which is good. That means that if there was a boost leak, and if it was causing a power dip at wide open throttle and the higher RPMs, it's gone now, which is what I wanted. So good. That makes me happy. Yeah, so I guess we're good. I guess it's fixed now. It feels better. So cool. Guess my time wasn't wasted after all. Anyway, it's gonna wrap it up here for the video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. I wish I could show you that, but I'm driving. Share the video with everyone you know if you want to see more content like this and you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel and keep a lookout for the next true car enthusiast video.